And welcome to ACAP Today for Tuesday, March 31st. I'm Jason Perrin. It's great to be with all of you today and to provide you with some updates from the Aroostook County Action Program as we all work through this pandemic and try to continue to serve individuals throughout Aroostook County from one end to another. My guest today, who will be joining us in just a little bit, is Jamie Chandler, ACAP's Chief Operating Officer. And we look forward to welcoming Jamie in just a few minutes. But first, a few quick brief updates from ACAP today. We'll begin by just reminding everyone of ACAP's closure notice. We have extended this on two separate occasions at this point, and based upon the press conference held at the federal level by the White House on Sunday, we have extended our closure dates, that's to the public, of all of our facilities through the 30th of April 2020. So we are continuing to serve individuals and families just at a distance, and our centers will remain closed at least until the 30th of April. Want to remind everyone of AroostokCommunity.com. It is the one place to go, sponsored by the Aroostook Health Network and Sweden Street Technology, with a number of partners on the bottom of your screen listed there. Please do go there to look for help or to offer to volunteer to help, to connect with services, to donate, and to find all of the information that you need and assistance that you need during this pandemic. If you aren't able to access the website for whatever reason, the ACAP number of 207-764-3721 will work Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Give us a call and we will have operators standing by that can help you either access this site, put the information on it for you, or access the information directly. Also, we want to let folks know out there, especially businesses, if you're a business owner and you're watching this and you're in need of hiring additional personnel during this time, our workforce development team is looking to help match individuals who were paired with job shadowing and other opportunities to do on-the-job training with other enterprises that may have cut back on staffing. And so if you're an enterprise right now or a business that needs to hire additional staff or needs to bring additional staff on, please do reach out to Erin Benson in our Workforce Development Office. The email address and number is there on your screen. And just a reminder, we are all in this together. We do encourage you to reach out. I gave you the AroostokCommunity.com site, but if you need to reach out for any of ACAP's services specifically, or have any questions of our organization, please don't hesitate to give us a call at the 764-3721 number, or at info-acap@acap-me.org. We really do want you to connect with us. Also stay in touch through our Facebook page, where this broadcast is posted daily, as well as through our website and our new YouTube channel, which we certainly encourage you to visit. You can see some great stories told by some of our early care and education professionals, some of our prevention team, doing some teachings there as well. And all of these broadcasts are also to be found on our YouTube site. So please do stay in contact with us through any one of those opportunities. So as I indicated earlier, joining me now with more information on how ACAP is working through this pandemic and how we are serving individuals throughout Aroostook County, I'm pleased to welcome to the broadcast Jamie Chandler, Chief Operating Officer, a friend and a colleague here at ACAP, helping all of our staff and the community make it through. Jamie, welcome.
Thank you very much, Jason. I'm happy to be here today.
So great to have you. I know that you are sort of the architect of our operational plan and have been working very hard with program leaders and direct line staff across the organization on our pandemic plan to ensure that we first and foremost are there to meet our community's needs, but also to keep our employees safe. So talk with me about the thought process that went behind it and what we're looking at right now in terms of how ACAP is continuing to do both of those things.
Absolutely. So when we learned of the pandemic and as it started moving closer to Aroostook County, our emergency preparedness teams got together and started talking about what is it from an agency's perspective that we want to ensure that we are doing and providing in order to prepare for this. And so we identified 3 goal areas that we felt were really important as we were planning our how we were going to operate under this pandemic crisis. So our first goal is that we wanted to retain services at the highest level possible through the use of technology and service delivery. We second wanted to ensure that we are keeping all of our staff working, either from home or from the office, to the extent possible. And our third goal, as we were making plans and provisions for how we're going to operate, is that we wanted to, in order to comply with the CDC recommendations, to reduce the number of staff in all ACAP facilities and promote social distancing.
So Jamie, that certainly means that we are definitely, as we work moving forward, are in almost full operation. There are just very few areas that we are maybe not able to deliver services exactly as we have. And certainly things have changed, but we are still very much engaged in our communities.
That is absolutely correct, Jason. We have been able to, through many different provisions and through our staff, thinking outside of the box, have been able to provide services to customers. Thank you for putting that up there. So our early care and education team, although we don't have students in our buildings learning directly from our teachers, we are offering distance learning opportunities. So our teachers are providing resources that are going to the homes for families to have activities to be working on. We are offering opportunities through our YouTube channel and through our Facebook page for teachers to introduce activities, for teachers to read stories, and just opportunities for families to better understand child development and be able to continue the learning that's happening in our doors, outside of our doors. So that's one way that we're ensuring that we're still providing services. We are also committed to ensuring that children enrolled in our programs are receiving food service delivery. And so currently we are providing food delivery to families of children enrolled in our program 3 days a week. And so we provide deliveries on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And we are really proud of the fact that we're actually able to provide on Fridays meals to get the family through the weekend as well. So we're really excited about the opportunity to do that. And our food service staff and our bus driver staff have really stepped up and are working hard to make sure that the families have what they need. Our health office is also providing support to families. If families have questions or if there are any concerns, our health office staff is available to support them as well.
And families, Jamie, have really responded well to these services, haven't they?
Yes, they have. We've received so many positive comments from families, understanding that for safety reasons, their children cannot be in our centers, but are so appreciative that our staff are able to continue to provide quality education, resources, and services to their family.
So what about our WIC program? I know a lot of folks engage in the WIC program, but I would think that in these times, more individuals may be able to avail themselves of their services.
Absolutely. So our WIC staff is still here to provide services to you, whether you've been a customer of WIC for many, many years, or if you maybe are just learning about the WIC services. If you are looking to schedule an appointment or you have an appointment, we are offering appointments via phone. We are still processing our checks, and the checks are being mailed directly to participants in the program. And we also are working with the state as changes to the program are being made, and there are expanded food substitutions, and we're communicating that out to families as they are communicated to us to make this as easy a process as it can possibly be through these times.
You know, we talked about some of those expanded food options yesterday on this broadcast, and a lot of it is having to do with the fact that there's really limited supply in many of the grocery stores, not only here in Aroostook County, but elsewhere in the country around that. So WIC is certainly a very helpful service and one that we encourage, especially parents with very young children in the home, to consider contacting us about, because we can be a conduit to help you with that. Let's talk a little bit about workforce development, Jamie. I know that that's a program that you've been very involved in, and there's obviously probably a lot of opportunity moving forward for us to engage the community with workforce development, as a lot of people are losing their jobs right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, so our workforce development team is here. They, if you call the number, they are currently working from home, but they have access to their telephone and their emails. And so if you call any of the ACAP numbers, they can get you connected with our workforce development staff. They are, as Jason mentioned earlier, working with employers who currently do have a demand for hiring on additional staff. And so we are becoming aware of opportunities daily. And so if you do see yourself in an opportunity of looking for work, certainly contact our staff and we would be happy to get you connected as best we can. And we are continuing to work. We are working with education providers to ensure that distance learning for our existing customers is happening. And for those customers that perhaps were placed in a workforce development opportunity, educational or job experience, work experience location that is currently downstaffing due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we are finding alternative work locations for them as well. So still continuing to work very, very hard to address any issues. I know that we've received a lot of questions from the public regarding our work, and we are still here to serve you.
Absolutely. So energy and housing is another area where a lot of community members definitely engage with our agency. We have, over 5,000 individual households throughout Aroostook County who work through our home energy assistance program each year. And we think that the opportunity is there for us to serve more families at this time. And I know that we're working through things at the state and federal level in terms of the opportunity for more individuals to apply, but we are still very much in service. And I know one of the key messages you and others in HEAP want to get out there is please do give us a call and schedule an appointment.
Yes, please. We are still continuing to schedule appointments. We are conducting all of our applications via telephone at this point and asking for folks after their appointments to send us their documentation, their proof of income and other identification documents after the appointment. We're able to accept those via picture. If someone has a smartphone and is able to take a picture of that and email it to us, we can accept it in that way. We have drop boxes at our locations. So if you don't have access to a smartphone but do have access to get to one of our office locations, you can drop information there. We are daily taking emergency fuel requests. We have limited our phone requests to mornings at this point as a result of staff being at remote locations and being able to connect with our fuel vendors. So we are handling emergency fuel requests in each morning, but we are still fully operational. And please, if you're looking for energy assistance, please give us a call and we will be happy to schedule you an appointment.
Jamie, it's really an opportunity. You talked about emergency fuel, but we really want people to think ahead even to next fall. We probably still have a couple good months here in Aroostook County of still having to turn the thermostat up before we hopefully settle into summer and not have to worry about heating our homes so much. But applying for HEAP now and getting a benefit this spring is going to benefit folks in the long run, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. We would encourage folks, yes, that is totally true, Jason. We are coming to the end of our winter season. It has been a long one for sure. However, if you do not receive an appointment until mid to late April or early spring, that is okay too, because our benefits are good for a year. So as it starts to get cold in September and October, you would have benefit dollars available to fill your tanks at that time. So we do encourage people to please schedule appointments anytime during the year, and your benefit is good for a whole year.
And that's especially critical because the first folks that we usually see in the fall and early winter months are those who are more elderly and those who have very young children in the home and are at risk for hypothermia. So folks that aren't in those two categories tend to have appointments later in the season. So if you haven't had a HEAP appointment yet this year and your financial circumstances changed, we encourage you to visit our website, look at the income guidelines there. And do please reach out to us to schedule an appointment. We're scheduling appointments as early as later, well, this month, I would say. We're about to April, so later this month. And then we'll start booking into May, but we'll be taking appointments well through early July. So do please take the moment to apply. So as it relates to housing, Jamie, I know that we're sort of refraining from sending our weatherization and home repair folks into homes, but we're certainly able to still service individuals who may find themselves in a no heat situation.
That is correct. So if you are finding yourself in a no heat situation, please continue to call our weatherization team, and they have staff on hand that are able to assist you. We do have a few weatherization jobs that are just actually probably going to be finished up today or tomorrow. And after that, we will be deploying our weatherization team for internal facility improvements. So just to keep them and the community safe. But I would encourage you, if you do encounter a no heat situation, give us a call and we will be here to assist you.
Now, some of the other programs that we have, and we're going to take some time in future editions of ACAP Today to sort of detail those programs specifically that folks may not be as familiar with, but folks who have had to use them certainly are. And that's the home buyer education courses that we do and the homeowner foreclosure counseling. Let's start with home buyer education. We're obviously not offering that in person at the moment.
That is correct. So we have moved to fully online and web-based options. We are hoping that our April class will be offered via Zoom. We are still in the planning phases for that, but we have a lot of hopes that that will come to fruition. We do have an online option for anyone that is interested in a fully online option. And unfortunately, our March class, which would have been scheduled last weekend, did have to be canceled due to the group size limitations that have been provided to us by the CDC. Our foreclosure counseling, our foreclosure counselor is still here, and he is meeting with customers remotely, and he is available as you need him. I do know that there have been some changes at the federal level around foreclosures, and so we've been hearing some positive news on that front.
Right now, we did mention earlier weatherization. We're going to bring those folks in for a period of time. We'll be resuming those services when it's prudent to do so. Another service that we offer to the community, Jamie, and has grown tremendously for this agency in the last few years, are our coaching services. And I know that that usually is done with a lot of in-person contact, but we're still managing and able to maintain those services, correct?
Yes, we are. We are connecting with our families sometimes daily using technology, and we are ensuring that they are connected with the services that they need. We've had many families that have reached out to us as a result of the limited supplies in stores, needing certain just daily living materials, and so our coaches have been helping to meet the need there. We also are ensuring that our partners at Homeless Services of Aroostook have food, we're offering food service to them. So for the residents there that we're visiting our Hope and Prosperity Resource Center during the day to access workforce development services or other coaching services, we were providing lunches to them while they were under our doors. So now our early care and education team has been working to provide lunches and snacks to the residents at the homeless shelter. So we're very excited about that partnership and the ability to continue to serve our customers in that way.
So Jamie, we clearly, there's a vast array of programs at ACAP, and we haven't gone into detail on all of them, and it would take us many more minutes than we have already in this broadcast to do that. But the message is that folks, please do reach out to ACAP. We're all in this together, and we want to hear from you if you have a need out there. And we anticipate that many more of you may be turning to our services, people who haven't in the past, and we want to make that experience as positive for you as we possibly can and help you to access those services. We're also working, members of Jamie's team and across the agency are working to look for proactive solutions to meet some of the emerging community needs that weren't even on our radar a few weeks ago. And so we're very interested in hearing from our community. Do encourage you to connect with us through that arustacommunity.com website and call us at 207-764-3721. Jamie, parting thoughts for us as we close this edition of ACAP Today.
Sure. Well, as many of you know, our mission here at ACAP is, or our vision is that we make life better. And I really feel like our staff have really worked hard over the last few weeks to ensure that we're making life better for each other and for the community as a whole. And so I just want to thank the community for your continued support of us at ACAP and thank our staff for their continued support to the community.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Jamie. We want to say thank you again to our community and to you, Jamie, and to all of the 160 ACAP team members from serving us from, south of Dyer Brook to the Allagash and making a difference in people's lives each and every day. We're here for you. We're trying to be here for each other in these challenging times. Please be kind to one another, and we'll see you tomorrow on another edition of ACAP Today. Have a great evening, everyone.